Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to cover something that I think is really important if you're following my Amazon top 10 coffees. And I've had a number of comments from people saying I'm following your settings, Mark, and I'm still not getting a good extraction, or it's usually under extracted. So what I'm going to show you today is how you change your Burr grinder settings, the default settings that you can do very easily. And all you require is a vacuum cleaner you will need. And it literally takes 2 minutes to do this, so it's worth checking your settings. Now if you bought it straight from the manufacturer, it's probably going to be set to a 6, but if you bought it from somebody else and you bought your machine second hand, it may be that they've changed their Burr grinder settings for them, their preferences, and it may have been altered. So it's worth changing this or checking this first to see what settings you've got, and then if not correct, making those alterations, and then you can follow my video on my coffee extractions and you'll get the same results. So the first thing we're going to do is remove the hopper, and we simply do that by taking the lid off, and you may have some bean grinds in there, don't worry too much about that. And it says on the top here, you can see it says turn to lock, so all we're going to do is we're going to unlock it by turning it to the left, and then that whole section will come out. Now at this point you're probably going to see beans in there or grinds and stuff, and this is where your vacuum comes into handy. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to remove these loose beans that are here. And you'll see there's loads of like dust particles from coffee that you've ground over a period of time, and that's fine. We're just going to remove these main bits of grind. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my vacuum cleaner and I'm just going to stick it in here to remove these finer bits. And there you go, you can see it's all taken away, all that dust particles, and it's nice and clean. Makes it a lot easier when you're trying to do this job, otherwise you end up with bits of coffee everywhere. And when you try and put the hopper back on, you'll find that if coffee is moved around, you won't get a secure fit, and it also makes it really difficult putting this back onto the Burr itself. So what you can see in here, hopefully you can see this, and you can see it around the top, it says lock. Okay, so we've got it in a lock position, and then over here it says align. All right, so that's where it has to be aligned when we take it out. So at the moment it says lock, and over here there's numbers running all the way along the bottom. It may be slightly hard for you to see, but there are some numbers. And mine currently, where the dot is actually on the number 6. So you have to take my word for that. But if you look at yours, you'll hopefully see that it's on number 6. And that's where we want it to be if you are following my videos on all my Amazon top coffees and things that I do when I'm grinding. That's the default setting. So if it isn't on that, if it's changed, you'll need to change that to get it to match mine if you want to follow my videos. So the first thing we're going to do is take this out. And the way we do that is we simply lift up this lever, and then where it says lock, we're going to twist it so it goes into the unlock position. So I'm going to try and do this with my one hand. I've got the other hand on the camera. So see, I've just slide it off. It's now on the unlock position, and I can just pull this entire thing out, right? So there we go. Okay, so we've taken this section out, and we can see again clearly now that mine is currently set to a 6, but let's just say yours is on a 4 or maybe a 2 and you want to adjust this, then it's dead simple to do. What we first need to do is remove this outer section, which is simply just lifting this clip up, take it off, and this whole thing comes out. And then what you can do is that you can manually move this around, right? So you can easily see I can switch it around. Now, like I said, mine is sorry, I just get this in focus. Mine, if I just clear that up a bit, is on a 6. So let's just say yours was on a 4, okay, and you get it out and you go, okay, I don't want it on a 4, I want it at 6. You just simply move that around to a 6, align it up, and that's it. You have now aligned your grinder so it's in line with mine, and that would be the default grinder settings on the Sage Barista Express. Now what you do to put it back, simply you're going to put that, sorry, I'm going to get this in focus, trying to do this off camera at the same time, put this back on there, latch it in place, and then literally lift that up and clip it inside. Okay, so we now need to put this back into our Sage Barista Express, and what you'll find is if you look inside, you'll see there's lots of other little coffee bits and elements and grinds that we need to get rid of. If you try and put that in, you might be lucky and get it in first time, but you're going to find this coffee grinds around the lip are going to stop you getting this in. It can be very frustrating. Again, vacuum cleaner to the rescue, it'll speed up this process, make it a lot quicker. Once you vacuum that area, it's nice and clean. You can see it's going to be very easy to put in. Just make sure you do that. It'll save you a lot of pain and suffering when you're trying to put this back in. And then it's nice and easy, it drops in. Okay, there's no crunchiness, there's no coffee in the way. And all I'm going to do is change it from the align position to the lock position. Clicks in place, and that is it. So now that is it. It's all back together again. This is ready for my first grind. So all I need to do is stick the hopper back on. Put that in place, and we're just going to make sure it's secure. Turn it to lock position, and that is it. Now, even if you're not following my videos, but you're wondering why your coffee is massively under-extracted, or for example, it's over-extracted, it could be down to these Burr settings. So it doesn't really matter where you put this setting, you might always find that it's like either over-extracted or under-extracted, and it could be just the fact that your default settings on your Burr is just off. So change those to, say, number 6, play around with it, and hopefully you'll find that you're getting a much better extraction. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. If you've got any comments or questions, let me know, and I'll catch you in the next video.